Good evening, I'm Maddie Beer Temple. Thanks for watching KX News. Leading local tonight, a Bismarck woman has been charged with stealing more than $222,000 from the law firm she worked at for 5 years. According to reports, Barbara Norman faces up to 20 years in prison if convicted. Court documents show Norman worked for Larson Lathan Hudel law firm from December 2014 to January 2020. An audit of the firm's books launched by her replacement found extra payroll payments of nearly $18,000. It also showed $94,000 from the firm's account went to pay personal credit card bills and $43,000 in unauthorized charges on the firm's credit card. An affidavit states that Norman denied taking any firm money for personal use. Bismarck Representative Rick Becker told KX News tonight he's running for U.S. Senate against incumbent Senator John Hoeven. Becker announced January 20th he would not be seeking re-election to the state legislature when his term ends this year. The District 7 lawmaker served in the House since 2012. Becker says if elected, he'd bring a more conservative approach to the Senate and said that the country is going down a path that's, quote, ill-advised. Becker noted Senator Hoeven's vote for the bipartisan infrastructure bill in Congress, saying it's something he would not have voted for. A Dickinson man is seriously injured after driving through the middle of a roundabout this morning. He was heading west on Highway 200 near Killdeer when he approached the roundabout at the intersection of Highway 22. North Dakota Highway Patrol reports his car hit the curb, crossed the northbound lane, and entered a ditch before coming to rest. The driver suffered serious injury and was taken to CHI St. Alexius in Bismarck. The driver was not wearing a seatbelt. Protests against vaccine mandates continue in Canada for the 10th consecutive day. Cars and trucks honked their displeasure in Quebec at vaccine and mask mandates during a Freedom Convoy protest against COVID measures by the government. It began as a movement against a Canadian vaccine requirement for truckers crossing the border, but it's turned into a rallying point against the measures implemented by Prime Minister Justin Trudeau's government. About 90% of Canada's cross-border truckers and nearly 80% of the population there is fully vaccinated.
I'm here to denounce that the unvaccinated for 2 years have been shamed and thrown under the bus on the public place.
Quebec and neighboring Ontario, which together account for around 61% of Canada's population, have started to lift restrictions amid signs that the Omicron variant has peaked. Top national security officials are signaling Russia could invade Ukraine any day now. The White House briefed Congress that a full invasion could lead to the quick capture of Ukraine's capital and result in as many as 50,000 casualties. Washington correspondent Jesse Tenner reports.
Good evening. These warnings come the day after the U.S. confirmed Russia is close to assembling its full military power it likely hopes to have in place by the middle of this month to give President Putin the option of invading Ukraine.
Could happen at any time.
The Biden administration is now warning Russia could invade Ukraine as soon as Monday, even though officials say hopes of a diplomatic solution remain.
Either way, we are ready, our allies are ready, and we're trying to help the Ukrainian people get ready as well.
On NBC's Meet the Press, White House National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan said Russian aggression could still take many forms, from a military invasion to an annexation to cyber attacks.
The noose is being prepared. It's around Ukraine right now as we speak.
On ABC's This Week, Texas Republican Congressman Michael McCaul stressed the administration can't keep waiting for President Putin to act.
The deterrence has not been there, and deterrence is key.
McCaul said lawmakers should be ready to introduce a bipartisan package this week that would supply more lethal aid to Ukraine and impose devastating sanctions on Russia.
We not only would have an impact on the overall Russian economy, but we'd have a direct impact on President Putin.
On CBS's Face the Nation, Treasury Deputy Secretary Wally Adeyemo said the U.S. and Europe are working together to cut off Russia from key technologies and trade, and made clear the consequences would extend to the controversial Russia to Germany gas pipeline.
If Russia were to invade Ukraine, Nord Stream 2 would never go online.
And President Biden is set to meet with German Chancellor Scholz at the White House on Monday. His government has yet to spell out which sanctions it would support against Russia. In Washington, I'm Jesse Tenor.
Now here are some of the top stories of the week from KX News in case you missed it.
The passing of Attorney General Wayne Stenehjem is a great loss to so many North Dakotans.
Nobody cared and loved North Dakota and its people more than Wayne Stenehjem. And so he really helped me write policy that was going to help people. And he was actively engaged in all of it.
Utility rates are going up for Williston residents.
City officials got the approval to increase water, sewer, and sanitation rates.
If you use it, you pay for it. Let's say if they don't use the water, they don't use the landfill, they're not the ones paying for it.
According to law enforcement, 38 people died of a drug overdose in Bismarck and Minot in 2021.
A drug overdose is not a statistic in that incident-based reporting system. So any drug overdoses that we have, it's kind of difficult to track. So that's something that we try to do internally.
The Omicron subvariant BA.2, which is rapidly taking over COVID infections in Asia and Europe, is now in North Dakota. State officials are monitoring the variant and urging the public to observe COVID protocol.
Vaccinations are showing to be effective in helping to prevent this.
College Board, the nonprofit that owns the SAT, announced the test will be shorter, going from 3 to 2 hours, and it'll also be going digital.
I think that as students are moving in the direction of more online school, using Chromebooks, using iPads, and using more technology, it's natural for them.
Coming up next on KX News at 10, how one hairstylist is helping Black women in North Dakota.